If you wanted to, you could have quoted that pasuk, right? So, just in terms of the sources, by the way, the Yad Peshuta Rav does bring down a variety of different chazal. Almost every one of these has one or two statements of chazal that he's incorporating. And the Rambam's, inimitable and beautiful style, I find Hilchos Chu would be a great example of that, where you see him collating, so to speak, various aspects of Torah Shabbat. He does that very much.
때문에 자네가
Right. But in my read of those sources, I didn't see any that said like Siegel like Hamar on X or member plus all Y, and then Olam out of etc. Those are examples that I saw.
What are you're saying? Thoughts on the journal, guys? What? Okay. Thoughts on who? Oh.
We'll see.
That's not insane.
It's not, but he doesn't say it. Right. There are other places where he does say it, right?
So you're going to say you can't just circle like that. But we do see Chazal using specifically on similar issues at Chazal.
Sure, and he quotes those accordingly. Yeah, it's not to quote Yosef, it's not ridiculous, but yeah, he doesn't say it. So okay, let's see. So now here's the other side of the coin. The Chain equals Isha, and so they also commanded that a woman should be mekabedet et ba'ala the yoter midai. She should honor her husband. What's yoter midai?
More than enough.
Right. What did you say? A little bit, yeah, more than necessary. It sounds like, right? A little bit over the top, right? Yelo lahamora, and he should be for her a certain degree of awe. She should do all her actions according to his according to his preferences, it sounds like. He should be in her eyes like an officer or a king. She follows the desires of his heart. And she distances herself from those things that he hates. And this is the manner in which the Jewish women and Jewish men who are holy and pure in their coupling, right? And in these paths, following these paths, their either society or their home life or their existence, what do you say? Settlements, literally, but yeah, will be pleasant and praiseworthy. Okay, so what are the questions on this one?
Just like, where is he getting this from?
Again, all the Chazal, but again, why did he decide to collate this at the end of, it's not even the end of issues, but I find it so fascinating when the Rambam decides to just include these, what seem to appear to be, like, I don't know, more philosophical, more suggestive aspects of Torah Shabbat, or Gadata, right? You read that section, and you read these statements, you assume they're Gadata. But he throws them in here, right? It says, it's fascinating, right? But let's just look at the content for a minute. What do you guys say about the content?
I don't know, just like establishing him as an authority.
Okay. Well, let's compare. What's the difference between, he could have just said, and when it comes to spouses, they should really honor each other nicely, and that'll keep everybody happy. Are there any differences between the two? Yes, no?
He should be Mechabein his wife more than Megufa for himself.
Right.
But then for her, it's Yoser Midai.
Right. Yep, that's a good difference. Even internally with the man, it's also Mechabein is Ishu Yacher Megufa Ba'ohavo. How come it's Yocher Megufa? No, it's Ba'ohava Kigufa. Okay, that's kind of interesting, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's not expected. Yeah, Lamora. Is it me? Yeah, it's me, man. So he's not supposed to be fearful of her.
Doesn't say that. Yeah, exactly. That's true.
It's. I mean, it's corresponding like her actions with his mama. They're supposed to, like he's supposed to be spending money on her, and she's supposed to be acting according to as well.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a bit of a transaction that's going on apparently.
Which
Right.
is lines up with the Ksuba. I say the versus
Okay. Any other comments? Any other comparisons? What do you guys say?
like who cares? Let's say their relationship's different.
Right.
Like, is this a necessary ideal of any marriage? Or would it just be like, okay, that's one way marriage can function, and could just function in another?
Yep, that's true.
Like, I just don't. This doesn't seem necessary.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and this is across all time periods. Every psychology is a little different, right? Psychology of different eras can vary quite a bit, right? And what's this thing at the end too? Is Zehu Derek the Gnosis Ravanese Kadoshim? Like this is the manner? I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be. You know.
I mean, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm saying like like even if there's a standard for marriage, right? That there's a certain assignment of roles. Do those take necessary? Like, are those necessary in every relationship? Because you just have inherent subjectivity to each relationship.
Correct.
And it's not even about like, yeah, sure, the norm used to be this, but that doesn't necessitate that is true.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
by
great
every
question.
one of them.
Any other thoughts, comments?
How could this be conceivable? How could it ever be formulated?
Right.
Pretty sure. It's gonna be exact like.
Okay, so I have a few thoughts.
Missing change based on story.
First off, my Rosh Yeshiva discussed this a lot at one point, and pointed out the differences that he observed being reflected here in like male psychology versus female psychology. And I think when you look at this, is it absolute in every case? No, but it's the case commonly, and Chazal generally speak consistent with certain psychological rules and expectations. Like the famous cases in Kedushin, Havmin made tough time, Dumin made a woman would rather be married than not, so we trust her to make a decision about marriage even if she hasn't seen the guy. We don't trust a guy to do that, right? Is it possible they're individuals who we could trust? Sure, but the general rule goes by general, psychology, so there's some differences. So, first of all, like Adu, you mentioned, like, what does it mean not to be depressed? The person should realize that in their homes, the voice that the father uses, for example, has an impact on the household, right? There's sometimes where I may be feeling really depressed inside, right? But I have to be thoughtful about how I express that in the home. If I express in the home my anger, that trickles down to everybody else's experience as well. If I express my depression and despair, that's not a really healthy environment either, right? And also imagine, too, we're talking across gender roles as well. Or sorry, gender roles, I said, across time. But, the man needs to provide a certain degree of security, probably financial security otherwise. And so his activity in the home doesn't provide that security, can be disruptive. Right? She's looking to him for security. He needs to demonstrate that he's going to take care of her a little more than necessary. Just because he's like, we don't need a couch, we can sit on the floor, or we can sit on folding chairs. She might have a different opinion about that, so it might be okay for you. Whatever you think is the standard, maybe just up it a little bit to show that you're taking care of her needs and being sensitive to those, right? And then Ohavaki Gufo, you love her like yourself. You can't expect someone to have more love for somebody else than themselves, but that's a reference point. You feel like you're on the same team, you're working together, right? You express that in money as well by whatever you have available. You make sure to use it towards her honor. She feels like, again, she's a partner with you in that. And then, again, you're not walking around the home making sure everybody's scared and threatening, even though you are the authority figure to an extent, right? you talk with nothing, right? You talk with calmness, and that sets the tone of the household. The tone of what are you there to provide? Security, constancy, consistency, not too depressed, not too angry. You can set the tone that way, and that's going to make for a smoother household. Okay, that's one side. Okay? Now on the other side, the way my Yeshiva expressed it is like, man has a little bit of a screw loose. That women are actually a little bit more realistic in this portrayal. Because what these halachot are really about is how to cater to the needs of your partner. You see, man has a little bit more of a need to be the center of the universe, to be, to have his ego, I would say, use the term supported, which I really like. Not necessarily flattered, but supported. He goes out into the world, and time after time, he faces a reality that isn't always so friendly. He wants to make a sale and bring in money, maybe it doesn't come through. He has this plan, it doesn't work out, right? When he walks into the four walls of his house, he needs a little bit of ego support and ego boost. And she can provide that in a simple way. What would you like for, how do you like the table set? What would you like for dinner? Even those small things where he feels like, in my castle, right, I'm king, so to speak, that supports his successful psychology. Now, my Yeshiva also emphasized you might have a tendency to, maybe a woman should say, well, my husband's getting a little haughty, I should correct that, right? That may not be the best relationship, right? You definitely look out for each other's perfection, but in the home, part of the goal is to really be that support for each other. Less so like, oh, I think you could use, I'm going to tell you off, right? Or I'll keep you in check. Believe me, reality has a way of having a conversation with people that keeps them in check in a lot of different ways. And in the home, it's most important for people to be there for each other. This is what that looks like, right? All right, she likes green beans and he doesn't, so she keeps the green beans off the table, right? It's just a way to do that. It's just a matter of respect where you can feel like he has a little bit more of control over the world, even though it's not actually true and not actually accurate. She doesn't need to straighten him out on it, right? And it sounds like, again, when he gets to this Rachim Eli Yeshiva Na and Yeshiva, these general rules, these specifics are, I would say, good guidance. And Tzivil Chachamim mean, I'll get back to Tzivil Chachamim. These are general guidance. Regardless of whether or not your particular spouse needs these particular things, I actually think is secondary. The derech haTorah here is to realize that in that zivug, in that partnership, right, you need to view your role as how to support the other person for success, be their supporter, sometimes their cheerleader, sometimes a shoulder to cry on, right, sometimes encouragement, but it's general one of support, right? You're not, Ezer Konegdo is not the, can be adversarial, but that's not the way that Chazal portray the ideal. It's really a helpful, right? That's the Chazal Rashi brings down that if a man merits, they help each other out, and if not, then they butt heads, right? So this is the ideal. Now, my thoughts about Tzivul Chachamim are you're looking at these. I'm looking at this arc of these parakim, right? The arc again about Mizonos, and the arc about Sus and Kalim, and the arc about Onah and otherwise, right? So as a man has these core responsibilities to take care of his wife, it can be done in different ways, right? All right, don't worry, I feed you, I give you food, you have a clothing budget, right? You can imagine that marriage, just the tone in which it takes, is very significant. It reminds me of the way you give tzedakah makes a big difference. If you give it $1,000 check, as a jerk, and you can give $15, looking the person in the eye and sending your well wishes and your best, and it makes a difference in that transaction, right? So here, yes, you should take care of these needs, but Tzivul Chachamim is the expectation of the Chachamim is as you fulfill these halachos, Chazal sprinkle in these ideals with Ram of his Kohen to let you know this is how the Chachamim expect you to take care of these halachic obligations, right? There's a halachic. And so in that sense, I would say these ideals are halachic. They're about the way in which you fulfill your halachic obligations. Okay, what do you guys think?
I don't know, it still sounds great. Like, halachic in what way? What's the tzura of these things? How can you actually formulate a law that, A, does not even seem in any way legal, right? In the sense that, like, he's just giving broad imperatives, right? This doesn't seem like a law in any way. What does he mean, tzivul, right? Is it takana? Zigzera? Like, what is this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that I don't. You have to look around, but I don't see this lesson often. It doesn't strike me as one that comes up very commonly. With Tzivu Chachamim, he'll say "U'divrei Sofrim," right, or Midrabanan. That's his code for this is actually rabbinic law. The Tzivu. Hold on one second. The Tzivu Chachamim here. Again, I'm interpreting. I have to do some research to see if I can really back it up. But my cursory theory here is he means this is the derech which the Chachamim expect you to fulfill the other halach obligation. Right? Yes. Share, ksus and onah, those are straight up halachas. But the way which the Jewish people have fulfilled those, the way the Chachamim expected you to execute those, is with a certain character. Sivu Chachamim, all these divrei Chazal are about the character through which you're supposed to execute those obligations. That's my suggestion. Again, think about different possibilities. That's my Any thoughts or comments? It's a very beautiful Rambam, right? I know I'm always moved by these. He very different style than in the Morning Lupin, but he talks about some of these types of things in the Morning Lupin, about cleanliness and respect, etc., etc. Okay, like it's a different type of. It's a different type of comment, right? But I think here he's beautiful. Like I said, that's what I want to suggest is that he's pulling here
Another
anonymous.
Exactly. All right, we'll stop here. It's a beautiful Rama. So what do you think about it? Thank you. Come back to you discuss this.
Anonymous, just drop it live. I just like, what's the percentage?
Why does it matter?
What does it matter?
What the percentage of?
It matters because
It matters
if
is actually
two things. One, if the objective is really advertising, right, we don't necessarily be calling to ask them for money. So putting ourselves in that role, which is a submissive one, not necessarily give a gut.
Right, no, I think that.
You're out. Oh, that's I forgot.
10,000.
Yo, Anonymous going crazy. Yo, my grandparents.
Hey. I'm sorry, wait. No.
They're mostly no, $100. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping those anonymous are mine.
I need to do it, but I'm waiting.
Yo, wait, we actually might make it.
We're about to be halfway.
No, wait, we're like almost 3 seconds.
Oh,
I know, but it's recording.
I get it. Summarize it. Mathematically, I think.
What's the fanciest car?
I think we're going to be a little bit. Quick question.
Oh no, we only Okay, guys, just as an update. Our top fundraiser right now is Shmuel Fader, followed by Avi. Then we've got the running Joseph King, Jake, and love it. And okay, okay, that's number one. In terms of most donors, I think it's Jake, you know.
Yeah.
I think by Wednesday. Again, it was close.
It's like doubling.
Putting in work.
Number two.
Okay, putting in the work. So we still have, as you can see, ways to go. So what you need to do is number one, follow up with anybody that you messaged yesterday that didn't donate or didn't connect to. Then Nadav is going to be master of the random list that he has on record donating yours. So if you want to just call the job, we'll get them out. Today, I have a couple of numbers left to go on that list. We really need a big push. So let's get to work, boys. Thank you all.
Once again, as I mentioned yesterday, that second phone call got me the donuts before I go. So he's gonna be like,
Alright, let's just follow.
I went to sleep like woke up at 7 o'clock to put my steak out. I woke up at my normal home. Then I woke up to it. When I got up, I realized I'm running out of papers. Totally understand these. I have a lot
into a situation where
someone messes up, calls the wrong guy, and then that's together, you know.
I'm not kicking you. I'm not sending you.
Some cases are like, right?
I guess I'm not.
I looked at you.
Stop looking at anybody.
So you can work.
crap.
So what are we left with? If I can put him in jail, it's involved. But then I can't actually, I can't. Blood test is like it's your show. I can't legally force you to blood test without your permission. So what can I do? To draw blood. And then once I get a warrant for judge, I should bring you to jail, bring you to the hospital. We'll test your blood. Now I can run this way. Right now the guy's pulled over on the side of the road. Last one gave me. I can throw him in the backseat of my car for the rest of the car. I can bring him to the station and lock him up for the next 12 hours. And like, can I write that one? I'm not when it's not court hours, I call him directly. So this actually signed up. Today it's on someone getting one ticket, when most tickets are younger people, parents and likely a bit of a key is much less. So laugh at it. Every time like, leave him back here and see for the next 12 hours, and annoy the heck out of it. His parents are probably, if it's a teenager, the parents are still going to be annoyed.
Who just got $10,000?
Shoved you off and gave you a ticket and drew your blood. The fact that you called the parents and, you know,
It's a big donation to nobody. $10,000.
Where?
$5,000.
Same.
I'm assuming.
It's good pressure.
Why do you?
Because the most you can donate for like I think is like $5,000.
you can't just write on whatever you want.
I mean, you could, but usually you donate it to.
What?
There's like a thing, you know, you can donate for something. The biggest thing you can donate for.
You can't just write on whatever amount you want.
I don't know. I didn't donate.
Shouldn't you took half of one of my donations?
I called him. He gave it to me.
What happened?
Apparently, I think he was my senior as well.
Is it?
Put half the money in my
Yeah, she's the biggest sponsor of McDonald's trips to me, I guess. Probably
It only costs $5,000 to go to Dubai for 30 guys.
$5,000 a person.
I was gonna say, that sounds
That's good. Let's go.
What do I do? I already donated.
Go to the dog.
Go down, crown. No, tell them you're.
Hi, I'm the representative of Bob Tourette here.
Yeah, that's how you.
I want to donate to a really snaggy.
No, you don't. Oh, okay, fine. No, cool. Oh my gosh, you're the one wearing the entire. I'm not.
Okay.
If you call, like a minute time, we're trying to raise money for people Thomas and Reagan.
It's Irish term.
Much better off.
How's it working it out? I need you to I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's no choice, though, boy. You.
Who's gonna carry the loss?
It was an interesting discussion.
See, I'm gonna call you right now. Let's see if my mic is.
People are like, I don't care about this. I decided, and it's much better. The title wasn't excited. She was great. And wow, that's a great title.
He doesn't have. He's making the best game. He's really making the best.
I don't know.
Like, it's not the run.
You bring him a best. Josh, listen, Tim, you bring him a buzz here. Let me just gather enough kind of going my merry way. You are stomping on my nerves. His food is now part of the hero. Therefore, the descendant said, let's say, never heard this. The other thing, put your phone. Yeah, hey, Donnie, do you know Schwal is?
He's gotta have some rules to follow. Jab.
I'll do the extra 10% myself. After 90% that's enough for what?
Okay.
I think specifically within the context matter towards like
So just combo. Down pass doesn't put a mandate.
like analyze these, this like the first chapter. Analyze X and Y, see my style, and now do this in that style. Yeah, I'll do my first one.
So maybe 6x into 5m? Oh, that works.
Are the noodles on the platter yours?
Yeah, do you mind?
Oh, it does require a
Yeah, I meant to get
Oh, how do I copy your story?
meter burn.
Yosef,
Yeah.
on the top, where the things are, the button, number 3, just flip all 4 switches down. Thank you.
Try S5m.
Or starting, and then if there's nothing else to
It's
answer,
9 o'clock.
look that
Look at
word.
the area
So it'll look.
This case.
The next step would be.
If you guys are here all night, like we will, I send you all your area codes at
Oh, there's another generation. Right? You get another area. And scouring the web for other organizations.
I'm like, got it.
Flip the 3 chains on the
Four. There's a generational quote. I'm like these fetuses. I also wasn't from this.
You start. Okay, 6s. 6s, 5m. Let's try that one. 6s, 5m, 5p.
Yeah, at least the black one 100%. Not like
6s.
Just give me $5.
Shimon, you did it again?
Oh, shouldn't have even used 5m that first time.
Copy my whole area. So did Barney now.
Barney,
why did you get the no-show?
If they're not on my
Yeah, let's try it this time.
send them to
No, that doesn't. It doesn't combo. What is 6s1?
If anyone can't call American numbers, those are above.
6s.
Just because I'm not following your stamp, the Yeshiva's.
Oh yeah.
You don't like my voice?
Oh, jump cancel. I know. Okay, so that does. I don't know how to. Maybe that's what I need to learn next.
It's not my responsibility. Tell me that.
No, the ones that you have already.
No, I don't have them anymore. It's not my problem. No. I don't have the patience, effort, or energy to do that right now. I'm sorry. End of conversation.
I said if you have any numbers that are on WhatsApp, send them to us. I'll call you. Like, that's up there now. Now my responsibility. I don't have patience. We're done with
That stuff requires 5ms, which is any being source. I'm jump kids. Find image 6s1. What is that? What is success one?
And therefore, and that might be why exactly right. There's
Success.
joint property.
And he was in London as the.
Oh, so it requires canceling. Okay. Two. Oh, so success one is just you're letting the first hit and then you're canceling into a jump or something. Okay, so oh, so it's saying 5 to 10. Okay, that makes sense.
Requirements of zero. You don't even know that. Happen. Maybe there. What is every person each person Mayor says to
This
home.
turned around the train. No, the other guy's mercenary. Or whatever his name is. Explosive guy.
Or Beta DNF well Zella is 48 so
Noichi? Oh.
and then size basis of size top 5% beta and well, which is Shimon on there is
Grappler.
thirds of the local loads to cow. It is baked in. Now,
I mean, there were already two.
I know.
They're always part of the board. I think they're on the board. Also, those who weren't there.
Round one.
One guy. 5,000 every tested group. Thomas doesn't love it.
I don't know. Think about it.
Oh, I'm double canceling it.
Was he going into the back of the portion clinic?
No, he found a truck along the bike and just on the highway. He found a truck with a bunch of support pieces. Because they just outlawed doing research, stem cell research. So then he pretended like one of his best friends got released. One of his friends got sick, and he blamed it. He said so he'd be able to fix his friend with stem cell research. So he went to the White House and gave a whole speech about how stem cell research is really good. Use it. He started crying, and it was all just with the cell speed. Think about it. Make a fuel station. Fuel station. Hackers know where you are. Oh no. Oh no, this is really bad. The hackers know where we are.
Oh Lord, the hackers know where we are.
We got anonymous donated $100.
Yeah, that was correct. So his message is going to get from
What did you change?
I removed the sentence. I changed it to the sentence to make sound less
It was me.
Walked into that.
Okay, that's
His cousin donated to me.
Ow! What the hell? Why'd you punch me? Guys, hackers are real. That's right. Yeah, we're top this.
Hit him in the knee. I'll hit him in the other knee.
Oh, with the grab. Oh, nice.
Isaiah, you have to have your parents donate $500 one time just to be in. I'm so proud of you. Two more. Big gap.
Oh, okay, cool. That is a cancel. Bam.
Nobody wants to. If you would, a deer, what?
What, you're going to do this?
Maybe it's this.
I don't know. See, you guys are fun doing this.
Okay.
Ziggy, why don't
Why is this like this? Why is this fucking that? Why is this?
Why big adult students are gay.
Who's donating rainbow?
I'm going to reset whatever I just.
Well, why is it going to the right?
Oh, the shutter speed is different.
Your camera has a shutter speed. The projector has a refresh rate. The refresh goes across by the RGB values. So your phone's camera shutter rate will pick up on the RGB value. What?
What do you think?
Video and
Hey, whatever, I'm gonna stop looking at it.
Depends which cameras you pick up. See?
Now that there's OBS, whatever's going on. Okay, at least it's connected now.
What?
Really? I know, correct. I don't even need that.
It would have been probably more outreach. I never thought of it. And then I would write, I would just write it from 38 through 50. Oh, 35.
Yeah.
And it didn't like that.
First two.
And someone was saying the same thing. So, okay. His first stellar was
You like the plus one. Plus one.
What would we do if Elon Musk did not
I say.
They would say they would hear.
Okay, so I said this.
Never thought about it. People just discuss how you relate to the females. That's like, I don't find this
I'm gonna call him back.
Rest of them are pressing this channel. Be so monocular that, we still don't want to go. Right, exactly. Yeah, so every reason I'm leaving outside in the morning, maybe it's nice.
No, I shouldn't even look at that. Oh.
I'm totally in favor of it. Technically, nobody else heard that. That's what you that's not what I'm trying to play. He said also because it's definitely work. Well, I feel like that's a more fundamental reason. I said it doesn't work.
You're right, but
You can't have two big winners.
I think
Yeah, please be careful. And since most of the stuff I say is recorded, you should go back and check. That wasn't recorded. Thank you. And for your sake, not for mine.
I'm gonna be double honest at the end. If you're enough people are saying enough out-of-pocket stuff around me, then yeah, I can expect to get recorded in a great stream. Actually, no, actually, for some reason, my streams normally get like at least a few views. I don't know if it's blue though.
Last year I know what you from. Litany of sources and Russian. That was all scribbling on notebooks.
do you know about 2 years ago, crowd?
Yeah, no, they say he has no.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Oh,
Like his photos are almost
holy guard break.
He's quoting things, but also, it's not just like, like I'm gonna gloss at kids. Like it's what is it, like many of the sites are. A million one mid rusher, and also comes out that I never really know. Connecting them in a I would like to put that right now. I'm just honestly, it's really because of over. He did it. Besides I didn't realize it's so far away. Whatever it was.
I know what the conversion is here. It just says conversion.
No, you can't. You have to fix that. Which no question. Is Morris a giant character? I don't think so.
Maybe if I do this, that, for
I mean, it's not wrong. Come on. Sloppy. I don't like it.
Well done, Philly.
It's not Aaron.
What's your number? How many distinct donations?
We're not.
No, like different people. No, like some people have to rich people and they give big donations, they have more money. That's not as impressive as somebody being as no offense. It's not as impressive. It might in the end of the day be very helpful for you. But it's still really impressive.
Very few Harvard High guys don't. He pushes them very
He had
He pushes very hard on the field. What?
let's see if the down here is gonna be question marked out. I don't think from the intro that you heard her name ever. Could be wrong.
And they're even through college. She does have a program where they have college guys living in Yeshiva and they learn the whole program and dorm special for college guys.
So his men got dragged through that.
I know the situation. For 4 years, 3 years of college, and then I did it all before you. Right? Because we're bringing a lot of money to in our Bisheket, we know that you're going to be the person who's going to send in 2,000 shekels every week. Whereas if we push everyone, we're going to give us 2,000 shekels a year. And you'll it's not right. It's very strong. Yeah. We could sell him money. Okay. And Ruben was like, no, I already paid. And then Bob was like, no, I or you said,
Nope, I guess not.
It's coming. Are we trying or trying to be? Yeah, like no should be there. If we look at it, I don't know what it is.
Well, I think last year is not like.
Oh, do you call your friend from Chris?
I met this dude on the airport.
I also have played with Chris Gale.
Yeah, I still feel amazing.
We're doing the chorus next year. But Ginsburg is doing it. Ginsburg did not want to do.
Everybody inside of Fergus. Actually. That's good.
Yeah, we're doing chorus and at least once again in hard. No, you might also do more fun in hard, but tomorrow.
I might have to do a conversion.
Yeah, I kind of need to do players. I don't know. I'm trying to strategize more.
No. Do you have more?
Yeah. Oh no, I do.
You got one?
I had this idea. What do you think about this? How crazy? Do you think this is crazy or like? Basically, when I was choosing yeshivas, they like with a spreadsheet they were sending around like all the high schools. They basically you put your name like. And I was at each. I felt so like I think you put your name under it, and then you put your phone. So that spreadsheet from like 2 years ago, I had like 6 books. You can crazy if I check like every single question on that thing that I don't even know. Like 400 people. Yeah, but I don't know. I know somebody like put together. I have no idea.
I think you don't know that. I don't know. I think it's peace.
That was
Yeah. I was thinking about it, but nah. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I actually called you this.
Yep. Getting ulted. Still only have just 10 stacks.
I don't know if you know it.
Okay. Taking first round on Lost Warriors, always a good sign.
So the white something that happened. I might like it. Yeah, it rare.
But I just remember one question.
Personality to do that.
Yeah, right. I'm there's no absolutely. Just even an academic.
Yeah, but when you talk about it, it's like,
Oh, that guy worked hard.
Come on, cheers. Calm down. Second magic. No dash? Okay, no dash. Grab.
Basically, every academic, like, I'll tell you what, literally every single academic. At some point during the early medieval era, someone made a mistake, and basically, you would tell me, if you made something. Yes, it's not, yes, this, like, one thing was, yes,
Oh! Big counter. What, inadvertent counter, but big counter. Yeah, that just decided the match. I think I was winning anyway, but yeah. I don't know. I don't feel that strong with Hitman, but I really crushed Lost Ark. Maybe it's just his buttons are strong.
what do you mean by fake? I think it's just as legitimate as the real right? But then, not a real job. It could be very, it can have great ideas. Right, that's problematic. It's the halacha. Yeah, I think that's his problem. You want to say any idea? Well, it sounds like but yeah, that's like so first number Chelsea last week. That's the okay, so what did you actually say? I said I want myself that's what the character is. Probably say a little better than that.
Later news say I go to the for us for doing our annual fundraiser. Users without financial difficulties.
How do you feel at home? Why the hell do you feel at home? Just in the fucking void. Hey! Full completion. Weird. Do I get close to word too? Guess he doesn't have one. Or thought he would. Does none of them unlocked before? Yes. So you can just stop the stream. I don't think it's been going well anyway. Analytics. 0 concurrent viewers for the entire thing. Chat rates. Huh. Somehow it hallucinated 1. Views. 0. And stream.